call the meeting to order, 6:04 p.m. Let's stand for flag salute. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can we get a roll call, please?
Sure. Chair Barisi,
Present.
Vice Chair Irons,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Carbray,
Yes.
Commissioner Layton.
Here.
And I will share that David Jones and Mike Connell are both excused. I was expecting Ragna, on Zoom, but she did say she was not feeling well, so we'll call all three excused absences, so.
All right. Next order of business is approval of minutes from, looks like, it was August 15th, 2024. Then we're gonna get a chance to read the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from August 15th.
And second?
And there'll be a motion and a second to approve the minutes from August 15th, 2024. Can we vote, please?
Chair, let's see, let's start with this end. Commissioner Layton,
Yes.
Commissioner Carbray,
Yes.
Commissioner Irons.
Yes.
And Chair Barisi.
Yes.
And Jamie, were you the second?
I was.
Okay,
Yes.
I heard a woman's voice. Making sure.
All right, minutes approved. And we have a public hearing tonight.
Yes, and we do need to we'll open it. I'm gonna give you a very abbreviated staff report and just tell you why we're gonna continue it, and then we're just gonna continue it.
Okay, all right, so let's open the public hearing. This is for Boardman zoning map amendment LND 24-000011. City of Boardman, Africa.
So, the maps in your packet are not great, and I will accept any criticism that you wanna levy this way, but, the city of Boardman acquired, the property here on both sides of Main Street under the BPA lines, last year. It was previously owned by Gary and Carol Mon. Gary Mon had conversations with both David Jones and with the purchaser, well, it's actually the applicant, Hardeep Singh and Ramandeep Malhi, who are doing the hotel development that was approved.
Like roadway?
Yeah, the one next to roadway. They have purchased that property, and they have been having a conversation with Gary Mon about purchasing the property on this side, on the north portion. And so we are working through to conclude, what do I wanna say? We wanna retain the commitments that Mr. Mon had made to those adjoining property owners. So this is the first of two land partitions. We're still waiting for some information on the west side, so this is the east side property. The partition is going through a staff level process, so this is to change the zoning. This action is to change the zoning. So when you look at the zoning map, there's this zoning that's called BPA transmission line easement. And it allows a lot of wonky stuff. It says you also have to get BPA. Eventually, we're gonna change the language of that zone. And we wanna continue that easement zoning under all the BPA through town, because we want it to authorize the park uses that we want to do under there. And we're working with BPA and think we can get to reasonable language and we can get agreement. But for now, we need to remove that zoning where it's been applied outside of the easement area. So, we don't wanna limit their ability to develop on property that shouldn't be limited. And the way the zoning language is written, you can't develop the things that you could if it was zoned commercial, tourist commercial like it is above it, or just plain old commercial like it is on the south side. So the proposal is to change that zoning. I was really hoping that nobody would call me out on this. But we're supposed to do a traffic impact study at some level. And we didn't. But we are, because we got the letter from ODOT that's included in the packet, and Rich Lanning was like, you're supposed, it's in the IAMP influence area, you're supposed to do this work, so we're doing that work. So we're working with our city engineer, firm, Anderson Perry, and they're doing a trip generation letter, because they basically said a trip generation letter would be the first level of analysis. I think the trip generation letter is gonna tell us there's gonna be minimal impacts, and it's not gonna trigger a full traffic impact analysis. We'll have that before the December hearing, so that's really what we're doing, kind of in a nutshell. I am going to assume we will have, most people that have an interest in this know we're continuing the hearing. So I suspect that at the December hearing, we may have more people who attend and potentially make comment, hopefully comment in favor. But I'm happy to answer any questions you have tonight. But again, we have another input we need to move the process forward, and we'll have that next month, so. Questions?
So with that being said, and no one else here, I don't think we need to open anything to the public if we can just. Can I make a motion? Stay this, yeah.
Can you what?
Can I make a motion?
Close the public, well, yes, actually, go ahead, because I move to continue, that's fine.
Yeah. Is that someone online?
Jose, or a building inspector.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. So yeah, we would need a motion to continue.
yes, we would need a motion to continue, so we need to, the motion needs to state the date, time, and place specifically. So it would be December 19th. December 19th,
That's,
or it should be the third Thursday.
yeah, at the meeting schedule list. Yeah.
Yeah, December 19th, 6 PM, city council chambers would be the place, like, date, place, and location.
Anyone like to? I would entertain a motion to continue this. Bill said did that.
A motion to continue this hearing to December 19th at 6 PM here in the council chamber.
And a motion, would anyone like to second that?
I'll second.
Jennifer second. So we have a motion and a second to continue this public hearing. Specifically for the zoning map amendment LND 24-000011. At our next regularly scheduled planning commission meeting, December 19th at 6 PM here in city chambers. Can we roll call vote, please?
Yeah, Commissioner Layton,
Yes.
Commissioner Carberry,
Yes.
Commissioner Irons.
Yes.
Chair Parisi.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes.
He passed. Yay. Okay. So we will close public meeting now.
Perfect, that preserves our notice.
Yeah. And next is, what do you have there?
Yeah, so the very last thing in the packet, the last page, the last sheet of paper is the report that I actually did at the end of October. This was in the city council packet. I'm timing is such that I might try in the future to bring you guys the report that'll go in the council packet for that next month, but I don't know if I'll be able to work that out. But anyway, you'll at least get this one, and we're gonna re-engage the process to get to where we start sharing information with you about permits issued and things like that, so. We'll get there eventually. We're working on getting more organized every day. What this one covers is really what's happening with the strategic planning program. And then I talk about some other programmatic items as well. What I will share with you is that we have the first TSP Public Advisory Committee on November 4th. That was really well attended. If you're interested in that, you can go to the city's website. So if you go to the main landing page and under the, is it community or how do I? It's one of those two. If you allow the pull down to come down, it'll say strategic planning, and under it, it lists all of the different things for parks, all of those. And, under the system plan, there is the first PAC meeting is there, so all of the materials, so the technical memorandum, the PowerPoint, the meeting notes that were generated, all that was generated by the consultant is there, and then we zoomed the meeting. And so we recorded it, and so we've uploaded that recording there as well. Yesterday was the first Public Advisory Committee meeting for the Parks Master Plan. Same thing, we recorded that. The PowerPoint from the meeting and the meeting packet are up there. So you can go in and you can, as we have the Public Advisory Committee meetings, you can see what's happening. And then so you can follow the ones you're being appointed to, or you can follow any or all of them. So if you have an interest and want to kind of stay up on what's happening, it's there and available for you. Eventually, all of these things will come before the Planning Commission when we get to that workshop and adoption process. So, you know, you can wait and read it all then. Or you can spread it out and kind of read it as it happens. So, but that's a TSP. The EOA, we're gonna appoint the PAC in 2 weeks at the council meeting. The housing needs analysis is still on hold for a bit. The Parks Master Plan, again, that first PAC meeting was yesterday. The Boardman Development Code and Comprehensive Plan, we have engaged the consultant for that. And I'm not sure when we'll do the advisory committee for that, but that process is getting started. And then of course, the strategic planning is something, is kind of oversees all of this or overarches all of it. There's a survey out there. If you guys haven't seen that survey or aren't aware of the survey, you can get to the survey on the city's website at that same strategic planning site. Please, if you haven't, go take that survey. Please encourage your coworkers to go take that survey. Please encourage your employees to go take that survey. We're looking for as many inputs as we can. There's also a student survey. We've deployed them to the high school.
I got the survey for our kids.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, so we're doing, at the grade school, they're a little bit different, the survey that you would take as a landowner or as a resident of Boardman is gonna be different than the ones at the school, but there are some common themes in them. The last I heard, we're at about 150 total surveys. I'm trying to remember if the 150 included the 50 from the high school, or if it was 150 and then the 50 from, anyway. We'd love that number to be like, not 150, but like 1,500. So again, please take the survey, get the rest of the firefighters, EMTs, just please get everybody to take the survey. We're also then gonna take kind of the strategic plan process that we've been doing and the results from this survey, and we kind of want to turn it in, we want to put it into something, we're kind of calling it a master plan, you know, something that would kind of wrap it all up and put a bow around it and say, this is what the community, this is a summary of what the community's thoughts and desires are. 5 years, 10 years, 20 years kind of thing. Where are things at? And then we'll continue to truth check that and refine that as we work through all the rest of these planning stuff. The PAC meeting last night for the Parks Master Plan was really interesting. There was a lot of conversation about what we do have and what's good about what we do have from a parks inventory kind of perspective, and then what we don't have and what the community would like. So I think it's gonna be an interesting process this next year.
Was it well attended?
Yeah, we have, there's 15 people on the PAC and we had 11 of them last night. We were missing a couple. It's also kind of short notice for this first meeting. A couple people I'm gonna kind of say shame on you for not being there, but yeah, it's good. Yeah, the TSP one was well attended as well. The PAC was well represented. So other work that we're working on is a bunch of items as well with the municipal code. That was originally gonna be a work session in December. That's been pushed out to January. The city owns property out at Tower Road. We're working on, towards a change of zoning on that. Some of you may have heard about the RV park project that the city council is kind of talking with the park district about. There's 85 acres on the north side of Coonsey, so it kind of, butts up against the south and to the east of the Loves there. And then we're doing a zone change on the southern portion as well. The northern portion, we're gonna rezone to tourist commercial. We're probably also gonna do what's called an overlay zone and just have it be identified as an RV park with RV park amenities. And then the southern half, we're rezoning to general industrial. The park blocks is kind of starting to come together. We've acquired these two pieces here. The portion on the east side has a true green space program that we're looking at, so we're gonna flatten it and put irrigation in and plant grass. On the west side, it's gonna be left natural and we're gonna put a walking path in. And our intent is to figure out how to get park blocks from at least Baylor, if not Paul Smith, all the way to Laurel. So we have a new east-west connector, kind of takes some of the pressure off maybe the Main Street interchange in some respects. Give us another east-west connector that can mirror what's happening on Wilson and Coonsey. And then that will also create better connections at Olson, as well as some of the other streets. But with the park blocks, we're looking to acquire all of that property under the BPA. There's at least one piece in the city that's owned by the Army Corps. Obviously, we wouldn't be able to acquire that, but hopefully we can get a clear recreation easement with them so we can have a walking path that would continue. I didn't attend the design shred, but Aurelia did, and we'll get to your introduction here in just a minute. And I know they're looking to reroute the Heritage Trail through Boardman. Currently, when you get to this side of the interchange, the Heritage Trail goes down Main, out Wilson to Marker 40, and then down, is that Tom's Camp, I think, to Coonsey, and then out to Tower Road, and then it's supposed to go over the Tower Road Bridge, which will be a difficult thing to achieve at this point in time, because that bridge deck is not wide enough and doesn't have pedestrian facilities. So, but for us, the park blocks here in town, with the subdivision that we approved reapproved a while back for Gary and Carol Mon out at Chaparral Phase 2, we will acquire the BPA property there as part of that decision. We've been talking with Bailey Park, they own the BPA property on the north side. I think they will work with us. So the whole idea of park blocks from east to west is kind of a new idea, but it's really coming together pretty quickly. Code enforcement, some of you might know, nickname is Chief, or Albert Corpus, everybody knows him as Chief Corpus. He's our current code enforcement officer. Norma Ayala is our kind of backup part-time code enforcement officer to cover when he's not available. So I think that there's been a lot of changes. I think we're gonna be seeing more changes with how we do code enforcement. We wanna try to simplify some things. We're gonna be doing some code updates to make it more clear about what their role is and how that happens. We're also kind of trying to work on an annual program so that we're providing community education as much as we are enforcement. So like when spring comes, it's like before we have to send out letters and say, hey, you need to mow your weeds. Maybe we can get people just to understand that, hey, it's spring and the weeds are growing, don't wait for the letter. Mow your weeds now. And then, the property up here, the Devon property on this side of the freeway, we have approved a replat on that. And that was a staff level decision, a type 2. We do have an application that we've received for development on that property, and that will come before you all as a type 3 decision. We received payment on that yet? Today we received payment, so that'll be in January. So at this point in time, I can tell you we have a December meeting and we have a January meeting. So that development there is for a convenience store and a fast food restaurant. And as we develop the staff report and all the information related to that, you'll certainly see more detail when we get to public hearing.
This is the corner lot?
Yeah, it's the corner lot, yeah. Used to be the shell,
Yeah.
yeah, and I think years ago, there was a Taco Bell in that corner.
Was actually my first job in this town was Taco Bell.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay,
I worked at 76 when Taco Bell was there.
You did?
Yeah.
yeah,
That was my first job.
It was not great.
No,
I
it
enjoyed
wasn't.
you know, my first job, well, I worked at the candle shop at the mall, and I'm really dating myself because it doesn't even exist anymore. But my first fast food was Wendy's in the Tri-Cities.
That was my second fast food job. My first was Taco John's, not Taco Bell.
Oh,
Ah, and then you did Wendy's?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
I had fun at Wendy's, yeah, but I hated going home and smelling like mustard. Anyway, I'm happy to answer any other questions about what's going on in the department, but
what was that one in there? Was that a fast food joint?
a convenience store, Fuel Island. So it's owned by Devin, so just think about what he normally does,
Yeah,
what his brand is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Checks out.
So yeah, unless you guys have any questions about anything else that's going on, let me introduce though our newest planner. Some of you may know her, Aurelia Cambero. I'll let you share just a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Morelli. I graduated here at Riverside in 2022. I am a fiance and I have a baby that is 1.5. I'm currently going to school at PFCC. And I'm 21 years old, so pretty young and trying to get a taste of this field and get on the planning side, so. Yeah,
Nice to meet you. You enjoying it so far?
honestly, yeah, I'm pretty shocked that I didn't know that this was a career path. It's,
It's neat.
I love it,
Neat.
honestly, so far. Yeah,
It helps that she has awesome coworkers.
I do.
That's true.
And a really great boss.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
How much did they pay you?
She's hoping that I'll do one of those Christmas gatherings.
Yeah.
She's like, what, hockey?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you. No public for comment, I guess. Well, Karen, I guess. Account. Does anyone in online land have any public comment?
Nobody has raised their hand.
If it's silence is no. Any comments from the commission?
We have 2 positions that are expiring at the end of the year, right?
Yep, so,
Anybody
It's December, right?
yeah, end of December, Sam and David's positions are both up for renewal. They have both, submitted, requests to be reappointed, but it has been also posted publicly as a potential vacancy. So we'll see if we get any challengers. To that, anybody else that expresses an interest. But, yeah, so those will be appointed, at the council meeting on December 3rd.
So if you know anybody that wants to challenge Sam, tell them to hurry up.
Or David.
Or David. Sam's here, so we can pick on it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, all right. I wouldn't, if I took your position, I wouldn't not be chairman, right? Is that how that works?
I'm not gonna. Sorry.
Well, come January, the January agenda, we always elect the, the chair and the
Sure.
vice chair,
That's
so,
true.
so.
I like one corner seat, thanks.
That sounds like it's time for a move.
It is my
Yeah.
seat. I think that was my first seat. I really like that. Yeah. Anyway, does anyone have anything else? Are we going for shortest meeting in history? Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
shortest,
I
but
think so.
Anyway,
26 minutes,
yeah. All right, well, I guess we'll call adjournment then. At 6:29.
6:29.
All right. Thank you all for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks Karen, thanks Jose.
Have a good night.